This is less of a dating show and more of a speed run to not get rejected out of embarrassment. I want to go over something that happened a week ago again, because you know me, I can't keep up with anything that's trending or funny, just because that's how I am. But this is kind of courtesy of the title of today's stream. The button, you know, the cuts, the button. Well, they apparently did a bunch of follow-ups so far from their whole dating game show thing. And apparently, our friend Taylor had a second shot at being on this show. Eject your date with one press of a button. Do they change the titles of these? Oh no, it's just the same title. They literally, this is just the same exact. So how are you supposed to know which video's different besides the thumbnail and besides hovering over it? But why? Whatever. Hey, you know what's good about this? They're getting shorter. The videos are shorter. So it means I'm going to be able to find the furry part easier. So anyways, let's go over it. I want to see this stuff. Let's move over. Okay, dating, rejection, anything fun here? Oh, there's the first. It's Taylor. We love Taylor. We love to see it, chat. So I guess Taylor got another shot and they're in fursuit as usual. How long did he last? Because I'm already predicting it that he got rejected and they pressed the button on him. Because, you know, why wouldn't you? I guess. Okay, so this is the person Taylor's paired up with.
What's your name?
My name's Taylor. What's your name?
I'm Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Oh, shaking hands. They've already gotten, wait, hold on. They already got past the point where they were able to make physical contact via handshake. I feel like this is already going to be better. You have a 55-gallon what did I just miss? Do I need closed captions on? I don't.
My name's Taylor. What's your name?
I'm Nicole.
Taylor's getting into it. I love him.
I have an aquarium, a 55-gallon aquarium.
Oh, what? That's wicked.
Nicole, are you not gonna
And he's actually interested.
the elephant in the room?
What elephant in the room?
Oh.
I am a furry.
What is a furry?
The way that I describe it is a fascination or a interest of animals doing human things.
Is it a sex?
Okay. Of
It
course.
is.
I love it when they always bring out this question immediately. Maybe I should just start doing that to people where I ask them about their things. Like, oh, you like coffee, right? Yeah, I love coffee. Oh, well, is it a sex thing? Just turn the tables on them. Make them feel uncomfortable and awkward. Because people love to do it to furries. Is it a sex thing? I don't know. How the fuck were you made?
Definitely not just a sex thing. It's not.
Have you had sex?
She's given the look, but she's also fascinated. Did anyone see that? Did any?
It's not.
She's smiling, but she's fascinated. Oh my god. This is going way better than the last one. God, I wish that were me. Same, Nova. Same.
Have you had sex wearing that?
Oh, great. Yeah, I wasn't expecting.
You know what? I will give props to Taylor for being absolutely honest. 110% honest. We stand Taylor. I'm sorry. He admits defeat, but is also willing to be judged for it. I love him. I love him.
It was nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you. Sorry.
And a gentleman as always.
Like a gentleman.
He was
See?
really nice, but yeah, I'm just not into that.
Hi, I'm Patrick.
You know what? Fair. Also, like, it kind of makes sense that, like, in furry hobbies, there's a lot of furries that date other furries, and a very rare amount of people that are furries that date non-furries, you know? Because, like, just the concept of it is weird. So, like, I kind of get that. I guess my expectation was set, you know, he got denied. Hey, I win. Where's my 10 gifted subs? Don't actually gift that to me, by the way. Taylor either rejecting furries or taking her jet to get candy. Very true. So, like, how do the rest of these go? I'm not gonna lie, compared to the first one, I already like the matchup. I already like her. She sounds like very genuine and wholesome. She's also wearing flannel, so that's like 10 out of 10 in my book. But, like, I'm actually kind of curious, how do the rest of these go?
So you're on a date?
What?
Patrick, why did you
What? Oh my god, how is the furry one here the best one? They said nothing to one another. This is awful. No wonder this is shorter, because you're taking less time with each one. How to speedrun the most awkward date in your life. Theoretically, this is a date. Actually, you know, why did he
For my
press it?
cat. Hi.
Wonderful. Great start. Also, I love this hair. Oh my god, now I'm curious.
Patrick?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Jade.
Jade.
I have a question.
She is wonderful.
To tell someone when I have something in
Overall, I already love only the furry part here. Like, the fursuit here was the only good part in this video.
Be honest.
Probably, yeah, yes.
Yeah? Do I
Yeah.
have something in my teeth?
No, I don't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jade, why did you reject him?
Damn.
Very soft spoken. I'm Jade.
Now I'm somewhat invested in this. Some of these people, wow. I like Jade. I think she was just saying that he was soft-spoken. It was probably for many different reasons. I'm sure she saw the last date that happened. Are they allowed to see, like, the dates beforehand? Or is it cut in a way? Because I'm sure they see the people at the very least walking on and off stage, or, like, whatever film studio set. I like Jade.
Jane, I'm Joel.
Jade with a D.
Jade with a D. I love that.
Joel!
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, you about me.
He's already
I like to
sweet.
Dance.
Prove it.
This is less of a dating show and more of a speed run to not get rejected out of embarrassment. This is literally it. Remove the button, put these two in front of each other, give them 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Don't make it This is awful. Also, I liked her dancing. What are you talking? She had some good dancing. Also, it's kind of funny that the furry one has been like the longest one we've seen so far. Granted, we haven't watched the first 3 minutes. I'm sure we're not missing much. But like, I'm curious. Because last time the fursuiter Taylor was on, he lasted 14 seconds. How long will Taylor last this time? Taylor's trying to do his best. He, like, the sad thing is he already knows that he is at a deficit compared to literally the rest of the cast here. Being in a fursuit, you already have so much explaining to do. But at the same time, it's a benefit because he's expressing what quite frankly is a big part of his life, or like a hobby that he very much enjoys. You know, you're wearing your hobby on your sleeve quite literally. So like, there's some pros and cons to it. That's the thing with this. And that's why, like, I'm assuming Taylor had shaky hands because he already knew how this was going to go. If he was going to make it longer than the 14 seconds before, he already knew he was going to get the questions, like, immediately. Like, the common questions you get from any sort of, like, anyone asking about it. Or Vice. But he's just, poor dude. He's doing his best. Massive respect to him.
It was nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you.
And he's still pleasant as always. Pleasant through and through. Also, plus those fursuits aren't cheap either. Realistically, what's the difference between me having like a very expensive watch or wearing my fursuit to one of these? What's the difference? We made it 38 seconds. That is crazy. See what happens when you match people up with different people? I don't really know this person, but she also seems a bit endearing. But also, she had a very valid point for why she rejected him too. It's just like, it's not my thing. Not into it. Taylor is also endearing, where instead of talking about immediately cool things that he's into, he asks the other person, hey, what do you like doing? What are your passions? What like, tell me about you. That's how he literally starts it. He opens up the floor to getting to know the other person. I think that's why he immediately lasted longer, you know? Just didn't start with like, hey, did you know that I have this World War II antique? It's really great. My grandfather gave it to me. Like, such a gentleman.
Furry was quite a gentleman.
He was really nice.
I love how they don't even call him by his name. Did he introduce himself by his name? By Taylor? They know it was Taylor from the last one. Why do they introduce him as Furry? Okay, hey, I'm Furry. I don't know. For what Taylor had to like go through, he did great. He did it wonderfully. He did it better than me. I mean, granted, I wouldn't wear my fursuit, but at the same time, you know, I probably wouldn't go on this dating show unless I wanted something from it, whether it's the money that I'm being paid, or the notoriety of being on the show, or making a video about it later. That's the only time I'd go on this, you know? Also, I'd say the fursuit is a good thing to, like, talk about, too, if you think about it. Like, compared to half of the shit that these people are talking about with one another of their likes and dislikes, like, this person has a 55-gallon aquarium. That's really fucking cool. Most people don't have that. Most people also don't have a fursuit. It's a perfect match. You know, as Nova says, you're a dermatologist, I have skin. We're a perfect match. I don't really have much to say outside of what we already talked about with it. All I know is that Taylor, you did amazing. Or Cryptic. I should probably just be calling you your furry name, Cryptic. Cryptic did great. He did better than the last time. He did so much better than the last time. And he was also floored with plenty of other big questions, you know, that when you're put on the spot are very scary. But he did great. I'm proud of him. What he's been up to. Hung out with Nicole from The Button. Was so much fun reconnecting, talking about our experiences. Reminded that I have stickers released. They'll be available for purchase. Oh! Oh, he hung out with the girl that he paired with. Nicole. Oh my god, that is wholesome. Hold on. I found more. There's a good ending to this. I just saw this when I randomly just perused through his Twitter. Just the video from The Button. But also, Nicole hung out with Taylor after and tried on his fursuit. Oh my god, that is wholesome.
Address the elephant in the room?
This is adorable.
So, I am a furry.
Is it a
The
sex
good
thing?
ending.
It is definitely not just a sex thing. If you're, it's,
Good for Taylor. That is wholesome as fuck. Because here's the thing. They didn't have to interact with each other after that. They already had their contractual obligations filled. They didn't have to do anything. But they reconnected and hung out a little bit. That is really fucking cool. And you know, even with this in mind of it being a sex thing or having sex in the fursuit, she was still cool with it. Even if it wasn't her thing, she was cool with it. I like Nicole. So this wasn't the perfect ending that we all asked for. Also, they tagged Moist Critical because Charlie's amazing. Also, this wasn't a perfect ending. Perfect ending would have been like, oh, they're a perfect match and they move on to the next show, Love Island. Would have been that, but it was still a good ending. It ended well. They at least, you know, got to interact outside of that awkward experience. And I can already tell, even though I'm not hearing any audio, that this interaction with them just chilling and shooting the shit outside of the show was so much more genuine than whatever was happening in the show there. And you know what? You like to see it. You love to see it. See, look, even smile. She's like fucking happy and smiling at the end. Like, if that doesn't go to show you that these dating fucking shows are absolutely horrendous for the actual purpose that they're serving. I don't know, maybe just let people meet one another. You don't need to take things past, what is it, Tinder? Isn't Tinder the sex one? She's a furry now? No, probably not. She very strictly said, like, oh, it's just not my thing. You can still have a fascination with something and not be a furry. We've been over this before. You know, for the sake of, you know, drama and clicks, I could be like, oh, she is a furry. See, she tried on the fursuit head. It's not her thing, but see? Like, I could do that, but I really don't care. Point being, I'm glad that a happy ending was had. Very, very wholesome. But yeah, happy for Taylor. I'm glad he seems to be thriving off of it all of it too, which is good, you know, because I can only imagine the amount of like comments people had about like, you know, a furry being on this or doing that. And it's just like, you know, honestly, he's living and I'm happy for him. That's really it. Don't trust those dating show things. Same thing with Love Island. That's all I have to say. I don't know. That was just a wholesome thing to go over, honestly. I love seeing wholesome stuff like this. I need it, you know. I don't just want to see all this like, oh, furry did this and that bad. I like seeing some cutesy good stuff too, you know. That was just the energy that you could tell from this like dating show, that it was just like, it felt awkward and like the motive that people had to be there wasn't for the sake of meeting others. But I feel like Taylor was different and actually wanted to meet people. Because believe it or not, even though, you know, the furry fandom is its own little thing, people want to socialize outside of that. And I'm sure Taylor did. He genuinely wanted to at least meet someone or meet people and say hi. But nah, at least he got a bit of a nice ending. That's all that matters to me, you know? It made me happy. There was a reason he missed the button twice. Well, here's the thing. He didn't even press it in the first one, or second one. In the first one, he did try to press the button before the other one. But even in the second one, he didn't even try. He tried to be as honest and forward as possible, and I think that speaks so much more about him. That's pretty much it about the whole hi YouTube thing. I don't really know what to go over now, to be honest.